York Giants Sports Talk and Entertainment. Wasn't going to do a video today, but I changed my mind. And I don't know why I didn't want to do one. I just didn't want to do one. But I was thinking about something yesterday, and it was funny, though, because we got to get over the 49er loss. We just got to get over it. We got to move on. But I wanted to talk about Dave Gettleman. I've been called everything from a Dave Gettleman hater to a Dave Gettleman apologist, which I find funny because sometimes it's within the same span of a week. Our channel, or my channel, is not, I wouldn't say per se, a fan channel. And I don't mean that it's not for Giant fans. I just mean the fact that I am not doing this from my fandom perspective. I'm doing this from an outside perspective, from an analytical perspective. It's from an honest perspective. And I am looking at the totality of the team, good or bad. And like I said, it's for the fans. And like I said, anytime I put on my fan hat, it's usually bad because, like I said, I had the Giants getting blown out by the 49ers. And in mid-video, I changed it to having them winning because I wanted them to win as a fan. And then I had a subscriber tell me, it seems like it pains you to say the Giants are going to win. It pained me because I thought the Giants were going to lose either way. But I wanted them to win, so I chose them to win. So let's talk about Dave Gettleman, though. I did a video. And this video, of course, is titled The Dave Gettleman, the Drafts, the Free Agents, the Trades, the Failures. All right, Dave Gettleman, you know what? His draft, his forte has always been the draft. He's always had the ability to find serviceable talent. But you know what? Honestly, the last 3 drafts here with the Giants aren't looking too hot. I mean, let's be honest about the 2020 draft. I did a video back on April 25th that basically did a draft overview of the Giants and who the players that they chose, and I called it Dave Gettleman snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, because I think his first 2 draft choices were as solid as you can get. Andrew Thomas has not played spectacularly. I can't say he's played well. He's played good for a guy that's coming in on a bad line. Xavier McKinney, I still think has the talent. I think he's still got what it needs. And I think once he comes back from his injury, he's going to be able to showcase that. Once you get beyond that, and all I said in the video, and it got 81 dislikes, is we drafted a bunch of backups. And we drafted and we reached for a bunch of players that we probably could have got as undrafted free agents or we could have got later. Okay, Matt Parrott, as bad as the line has been, as bad as Cam Fleming has been, Matt still hasn't cracked the lineup. He's got to go in. He's a 3rd-round draft choice. At this point in time, you got to put him in the starting lineup. The only thing I can think of that is that he's not ready, and I said I even said he probably will not be ready for 2 to 3 years. We don't know we're going to get him. Darnay Holmes, of course, came in, looked good for 2 weeks. Kind of had a little bit of some rocky moments against the Bears, but then got exposed against the 49ers and Opie Taylor. And that's Nick Mullins. So, he's going to have his ups and downs. I think that he's another guy. Just start him on the edge to get Isaac Yiadom. Please get rid of Isaac Yiadom. Just please, I'm begging you. I will give you $17 if you get rid of Isaac Yiadom, because that should be enough to get him on a bus. But you got to start Holmes. Why are we not starting Holmes? Shane Lemieux. Can we get a Shane Lemieux sighting? Cam Brown. Can we get a Cam Brown sighting? Carter Coughlin. Can we get a Carter Coughlin sighting? TJ Brunson. Chris Williams. Tay Crowder. Nothing. We've got nothing. And back in April, I wasn't trying to be facetious. I'm going to put the link up to the video. I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just being honest. It was not a good draft. Right now, in my eyes, it was not a good draft. And right now, it's not looking like a good draft. But all that can change in the next 13 weeks. But we have to be prepared for that. And then you go into his 19 draft. Daniel Jones, the jury's still out on Daniel Jones. Dexter Lawrence, it looks like he's going to be a good player. Looks like he could be a beast. But you also don't trade your all-world wide receiver talent for a 17th overall pick for a defensive tackle. DeAndre Baker, gone. O'Shane Ximines. I had high hopes from O'Shane Ximines. I really did, but he has been such a non-factor these last 3 weeks. It's not even funny. Julian Love, a good pick. I like Julian. I like the Julian Love pick. I think he's still being misplayed at safety. I think he needs to be moved back over to the corner, but he's there out of necessity. Ryan Connolly, gone. Darius Slayton, great pickup. Corey Ballentine, gone. And then the 2 7th-round draft choices we're not even going to get into. But then we get into the big draft, the 18 draft. Saquon Barkley hurt, second year in a row. Don't blame Gettleman for that, but you know what? People said over and over again, you do never take a running back that high. Will Hernandez has just been bad. And he's been bad for like a year now and 3 games. I mean, there's no way around that. I had such high expectations for Will Hernandez. He is just not panning out. Lorenzo Carter, I call him the Flash. He's got moments of brilliance, and he flashes them, then he disappears. B.J. Hill, we can't even get a B.J. Hill sighting. We got a slight B.J. Hill sighting. He got a sack, but you know what? He didn't do it. He like Hernandez has been pretty much bad for over a year. Kyle Lauletta, we know the Kyle Lauletta story. R.J. McIntosh, I was a fan of R.J. McIntosh, and I still kind of am, but he's done nothing. His drafts, if you look at Gettleman, have been horrid. We talk about Jerry Reese. I, in some ways, miss Jerry Reese because Jerry Reese at least hit on some drafts. His 2007, his 2011 drafts, he actually hit on some guys that help us won Super Bowls. I mean, it's sad to say it. Everyone always goes to me, well, you hate Jerry Reese. I miss Jerry Reese now. I really do. Jerry Reese. You know, he out of all of his bad stuff, he's still a Jason Pierre-Paul, Le'Veon Joseph, Akeem Nicks, Will Beatty. I mean, he had some clunkers in there. I thought Justin Pugh was good. Jonathan Hankins was good. Odell Beckham he chose. Kennard, he's actually playing extremely well now. Bobby Hart's around, Landon Collins, Eric Flowers. Eric Flowers has turned into a beast. Then he had Eli Apple, Sterling Shepard, Darian Thompson, B.J. Goodson, Paul Perkins, Jarrell Adams. He's not. That draft class wasn't. Eli Apple was a bad player, but that draft class wasn't hard. I miss. Like I said, I am missing. I am missing Jerry Reese. This is bad. I have to have some Black Rifle coffee without the Captain and Coke. And maybe there is Captain and Coke in it. I don't know. But oh my God. So his failures in the draft are starting to leave the cupboard bare a little bit. And I'm worried about that. And then we look at his free agent signings. He hit big time on Blake Martinez and James Bradberry. And James Bradberry he had a familiarity with. Blake Martinez is one of the players I wanted to sign, one of the players I predicted that I would sign, and one of the players I said they would sign. Same with James Bradberry. But Blake Martinez has exceeded my expectations. His sideline-to-sideline ability as a linebacker has really impressed me. I've watched the footage with him, when he was in Green Bay, and I kept seeing some flaws. But you know what? It's not until you actually watch him from a perspective of play to play that you see that talent. So he hit big time on that, and then he hit big time on Bradberry, and Bradberry's the guy he drafted. And then he turned around and I'm only looking at the big signings, the big free agent signings. Golden Tate, I liked the Golden Tate signing. I understood the Golden Tate signing. I do not think the Golden Tate signing has worked out. I don't think it has. He got popped for peds as he was trying to pop his wife to get a baby. Sorry, a little vulgarity in the morning. Maybe there is rum in this Coke. I don't know what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Black Rifle again, and it's not Silencer Smooth. It's the one with the helicopter on the back. I don't know what that one's called. It's another light blend. It's a light brew. We didn't put it through the Mocha Master. We put it through the regular Ninja coffee pot, which has really been fantastic. It gives it a nice crisp flavor. That's my coffee review for the day. Golden Tate, like I said, I don't think he's worked out to the point that he should have worked out. But you know what? It was a signing of need and necessity after we dumped Odell Beckham. And and getting into that real quick, let's get into the trades. He got rid of JPP for a bag of beans. And that was a bad trade. I at the time understood the trade. Now, as a retrospect, I didn't like the trade then. I really don't like the trade now. You dump Snacks. I can understand dumping Snacks. because they were saying he's a locker room lawyer. But you know what? Maybe you needed a locker room lawyer. But he's also a guy that has talent. And our run game, our defense against the run has not been the same since we got rid of Snacks. Let's be honest. Go look at the numbers. The Leonard Williams deal. Man. That deal alone should get him shit canned. I mean, that Leonard is showing promise, but you know what? Leonard's probably never going to be more than a guy that gets 5.5 to 7 sacks a year. He's never, and he wants Aaron Donald money. He is not the disruptor that Aaron Donald is. We are going to see Aaron Donald, and I am scared what he is going to do to Nick Gates, the alpha male at center. I am scared what he's going to do to him. So you know what? That was a waste of draft assets and cap resources. The Leonard Williams trade. And then you look at the OBJ trade. I understand that you traded OBJ because you thought he was a cancer in the locker room. I understand that you traded him because, you know what? I don't understand why you trade him sometimes. Because of the fact that you give him all that money and then you ship him off somewhere else. So we take the cap hit for a year, and we basically get Peppers, who, Peppers is another player that I like to call the Flash. You see flashes, but then he disappears. And now he's hurt again because Joe Judge put his starting safety on special teams. We're not even going to get into that one. And then you're basically trading him for O'Shane Ximenez and Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence is going to be a good pro. He's going to be a good player. He's the type of player the Giants always find at the defensive tackle position. We did a video about it going back to like Jonathan Hankins and all that. But, it's is that worth trading a generational talent in OBJ when we now have a dearth at the wide receiver position? No. No, it's not. So, is it time for Dave Gettleman to take a siesta? Adios, muchachos. ¿Dónde está el baño, por favor? Dos cervezas. Is it time for him to go on the Mexican vacation? Yes. I have never said in the last 2.5 years that we need to fire Dave Gettleman. Fire. Fire. Sorry, doing a little Beavis and Butthead there. Shut up, Beavis. You got to get rid of him. You got to dump him. It's time now. And like I said, I'm not even sure what's going to happen with the Joe Judge hire yet. But the Pat Shurmur hire was a fiasco. It's time. It's time to move on. The cupboard is bare. We have to hope this draft class comes up. And I've said it before. You never can fully judge a draft class until year 3. His first draft class right now is not looking spectacular, guys. And I want people to go back and watch my 2 videos. I want them to watch the April 25th video where I got 81 dislikes for not liking the draft. And I also want you to go watch my February 2nd video, the free agent failures of Dave Gettleman. And that'll tell you the whole story. That'll give you a better opinion and a better story. But you know what? It's time. It's time to move on from Gettleman. It's time to get in. Honestly, it's time to get a new team president. We need someone that has a football mind, that can run the whole shebang. Wellington Mara was smart enough to bring in, George Young. Of course, he only brought him in because at the urging of Pete Rozelle. And I even said, I can't remember who I said it to, but I said, maybe we need to have the league recommend to us someone that we can bring in as a general manager like we did in the 1979 season. I think that's what we might have to do. If you have any questions or you want to say hello, just drop us a line at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at onlineBigBlue1 on Twitter. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could subscribe, if you could ring that bell, you know what that means? That'd be awesome.